Oh, good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee on the Farm. Last day of 2025. Oh, it's chilly this morning, but I think the weather is going to warm up a little bit for the next few days. Uh, let's see if I can grab myself a seat right here. I'm excited to get to work today. Just going through my mental list. I helped our friends yesterday with their chicken processing. Got a bunch done. That was a very intense, long day of being wet and cold and cutting up chickens. I brought back a load of hay from them that I'm going to put in the barn, and I will have to go around and unfreeze water tanks today. I'll check on my fencing and gate project down, and I guess maybe now we should call it the lower pasture, maybe, or the lower pasture, which is the former pig area that's now getting converted into another sheep and goat nursery area. I put in, I changed the fencing, expanded it, and added a couple of gates. And I need to go check on those and see if the concrete posts, the posts are hardening up good, and I can take down all my structural stuff, start using it. We've got one more big fencing project to do sometime in the next few weeks. And then, cross my fingers, I'll be done with fencing for a while. Fencing is very hard work. It's rough. What else we got going on? I got to work on my solar biochar oven. I have so much desk work to do. Today is going to be about desk work, largely, I think, because I am so behind on so many things. On our accounting, I got to do our year-end wrap-up, look at all the numbers, got to start making plans for next year, expansion of everything, and what's our pricing going to be, what kind of packages are we going to offer, and what kind of new ideas can I come up with for growing our business. Yeah, I just have a lot of odds and ends to do in that regard. I got to build this shed out by the driveway, multi-purpose shed. I have to get started on that at some point. That I'm actually going to have to buy materials for. The cool thing about all of the retrofitting that I'm doing down on the former pig pasture is I literally have not had to buy anything. I have all the materials laying around, or I can scavenge them from over here that's not being used and reuse it over here or whatever. So I haven't had to buy a single thing to do all that work. It's just been time and effort basically to do it. But for this next fencing and infrastructure project, I am going to have to buy materials. What else? I got to look into ordering ducks. I'm going to expand. You can see our little flock of ducks here. We have down to only 5 ducks left. Most of these are these ducks, and that's of course one chicken there. They were refugees from Hurricane Helene last year, 2024. Rachel's friend or coworker or somebody up there had their chicken and duck house get washed away by the flood, but they saved several of their birds that didn't have a place for them. So we ended up taking in some Hurricane Helene refugee ducks. Well, they're about to get about 30 or 40 new friends to play with, or maybe 50. I might go big. I don't know, but I'm excited for our duck egg production. I think that's going to be a success, and I'm excited for all of the fertility that the ducks bring in the form of their poop. I have a cool system. It's not running now because it's cold and it's frozen, but it's really a warm season system where there's inside the chicken house, there's a stock tank that's like a little mini duck pond that they can swim around in and splash around in and drink and stuff like that. But of course it gets mucky with their poop. Um, and I have been putting that duck poop water on. I have it set up where I can just gravity flush it out onto my fruit trees and berry bushes that are down the hill there. Um, and that has really helped a lot. This year we had a great amount of pears produced. We had so many pears produced that one of my little trees started to break. The branches started to break, and I had to like emergency harvest pears because it was breaking my tree. Um, and I was way behind the eight ball on what to do with like 100 pounds of pears off of like two trees. Next year I'll be better prepared. Anyway, so with my system here, I complexified it a bit. I with the duck pond system. Um, I have a DC wastewater pump that I run off of solar panels on a timer, and during the warm season, it pumps the mucky duck water out of the duck pond into another little pond in the garden where I grow water hyacinth. And the water hyacinth takes up nutrients from the duck water, and so partially cleans it, and then it gravity flows from that pond back into the duck pond. So I still have to flush all the poop water out, a few times a week to keep that tank clean. But in the meantime, I can circulate the poopy duck water through this other. It's essentially like a constructed wetland where the water hyacinth takes up nutrients and stuff out of the poopy duck water and returns it cleaner to the duck pond. And the nice thing about the water hyacinth, one, it grows like crazy. I would not do this near any water body because it will take it over. But since I have a little plastic pond, that is no danger of it contaminating any nearby water bodies, and I'll do it. But anyway, so I grow this water hyacinth. I can walk by. I can grab a couple handfuls of water hyacinth out of the pond, and throw it in with the ducks, and they love to eat it. So I'm actually using some of their poop water to grow some of their food. That cuts down on our feed costs. I love that system. I think it's really cool. It like kind of it satisfies the water nerd, water engineering, and water quality nerd in me. And so I'm going to expand that. We're going to have duck ponds, and we're going to have constructed wetlands that are taking nutrients out of the duck pond water, growing some of the ducks' feed, which can then be, thrown to the ducks, and then using their poop water, the strong stuff, to grow more berries and fruit trees and things like that. So it's going to be integrated ducks, duck eggs, cool off grid, decentralized wastewater, biological treatment, super efficient, beautiful. And the other thing that was really cool, I was just going through some of my photos and videos and stuff. And back in the summer, not long after I had set up my system, and I just had a 2-3 little water hyacinth plants that I threw in the pond. The stuff doubles in size, like in like a 2 days or something ridiculous. That's how it takes over. You throw like 2 plants in a lake, and it will cover the lake in like a month or something. It's crazy. Anyway, so the water hyacinth started to really grow and fill up my little duck pond. And then there was a big rain one night, probably in June or something, and the frogs were so loud you could hear them from inside the house. I was like, man, the frogs are singing. So I went out in the pouring rain, and I came down to my duck pond, and there's just frogs all over the place singing. I mean, you could hardly hear anything because the frogs are so loud. It was amazing. Anyway, so that was a fun little ecosystem that I created there. So anyway, I'm going to do that, times 10, I think, with this new, and expand the duck production. And I'm excited about that. What else? What else? Other projects. Well, we're going to run power and water to we have like a small RV camper thing that when guests come to visit, sometimes they stay there, and I just run a drop cord for power there. We're going to actually run power and water to the RV. People normally just go down there to sleep. They have a electric cord so they can plug in their phone or whatever, and come to the house for all the bathroom activities and stuff like that. But the plan is to just actually run power and water and everything, and make the RV, the little camper, full featured. So we can have guests. We might start Airbnb in it. It's really cool. It's like right next to the sheep pasture. It's in its own little little grove of walnut trees, and you could come out in the morning and chill in front of the camper, have coffee, and you know you're just like 20 feet away from a bunch of sheep. Pretty sweet. Um, so anyway, we're gonna get that project spruced up. It's got a fire pit down there. You got your own fire pit. Yeah. So the camper is going to get to be full featured, power, water, and everything, and all that. And the last pasture is going to get fenced in, and the repairs made to the shed there. I got to build at least one more portable sheep and goat shelter for our remote grazing. That's not super urgent right now, but I will have to get to that at some point. And what else? What else? I don't know. I'm excited. This is the last day of 2025, and to be honest, I'm not too sad to see 2025 go. This was a hard year for us for various reasons. I'm not going to go into, but it was a tough year. But I think things are on a good trajectory. I'm excited and optimistic for 2026. Um, I'm excited to. We're really trying to grow our business and elaborate it and develop it and make it more interesting and cool and economically productive. You know, I'll know once I do my year end wrap up of the dollars and cents. I'll know how we did this year. Um, I think we did all right. I think we did all right, better than before. I like to see, as I always tell my friends, I want to see the line on the chart go up and to the right. you know, every week, every Saturday at the farmers market, it's got to be an above average Saturday. It's like a Lake Wobegon. Every day is above average day. Anyway, so I think 2026 is going to be filled with every day being an above average day. We're going to see if we can pull off that miracle. Anyway, I don't know if you can see that sunrise, but it is really beautiful. It is really beautiful. I'm gonna have to go in a minute and get the boy ready for daycare and get him dropped off. And our daycare people are buying some of our pork, so I gotta put together a big delivery for them to drop off, and then I'm gonna be back here hammering away at things. And this is morning coffee number 9. So just to review, so I try to do these live streams every morning around sunrise sometime, give or take. They got to be outside, or caveat is in a vehicle like yesterday, going somewhere to do something, not inside at a desk or whatever, but outside, rain or shine. So if it's bad weather, we're going to be out here in the bad weather complaining. Yeah, and the idea is just take a few minutes, appreciate what we have, count our blessings, connect with people over the internet potentially, share a little bit about the exciting things that we're doing, reflect on stuff. Maybe I'll think about some things I've been reading, or I don't know. It could be anything. It could just be silent. Just maybe I should just shut up and people can enjoy the natural sights and sounds. But anyway, and the goal is to do it every day. And that was I was thinking about a month ago. I kind of had this idea, and I was like, oh yeah. It's like if I try to do this as a New Year's resolution, and I try to start day 1 tomorrow morning, New Year's Day, I'll just be like, oh, I don't want to get up. But now this is number 9, so I'm gonna call that a running start on this little tradition here, and I'm gonna see if it works for me to keep going. But that's what I'm gonna try to do every day. I did skip Christmas Day because we were having Santa Claus time in the morning. But otherwise, I've done this, for 10 days, missing one day, Christmas, the birth of baby Jesus. And I'm going to try to keep going with it. Oh, our cats are playing. Anyway, I hope you all have a blessed day. Enjoy it. Enjoy the new year to come. And I will check in with you tomorrow when it will be a new year new possibilities, new exciting things going on, and we'll see where we go from there. Say a prayer for us as we go into this new year, and thank you for your interest in our farm projects.